My name is Heather Ahern. My business is The Functional Home. I'm a professional organizer who specializes in downsizing senior citizens. I find that people don't have, to them it's not junk. Their family might think they have a lot of junk. They might think they have a lot of stuff. But we try to start with what's important to them, what they need for everyday life, what they want to take with them, the memories that are important. And once those decisions are made, the rest of the stuff becomes easier to deal with.
What are some of the hardest things for people to make decisions about, or are there any sort of universals or common things, or are you surprised at what people say, I just don't know, or I can't part with that?
It's different for everybody. I'm not always surprised. What's important to one person might not be important to another person. For some people, the photographs, the letters and diaries are important. To other people, the things that they're active in their life, their sewing, their quilting, what they work on every day, those things become important. And the other stuff they're ready to get rid of. As people want to move into a smaller home and have less to deal with, sort of simplify their lives, they're sort of at a stage where they're ready to get rid of some of those extra things. They realize at some point they're not going to ski anymore, or maybe they want to give up the gardening or, taking care of painting the house, things like that. So those things don't become necessary anymore. They can let those go.
Do you think of any sort of surprise discoveries that people have found?
Postcards that have been worth a lot of money. Earlier, the tackle box. The lures that were in the tackle box were worth over $1,000 a piece. There was a story in the Patriot Ledger a couple of years ago of a family who brought an appraiser in to look at a dining room set to see if there was any value in auctioning it, and it turned out the table in the front hall was the piece that was worth an awful lot of money, and they hadn't realized it. Bringing someone in the very beginning, before you start getting rid of things, to give you an idea of if anything in the house has value.
The website
is called auctionzip.com.
AUCTIONZIP?
Yes.
Okay, good.
And it'll ask you for a zip code, and you put in the zip code, and it will tell you where there's a auction close to you, what the calendar date of that auction is. And then, sometimes people go and they say, gee, Hummels don't get a lot of money. Furniture in China have a difficult time moving. But like I said, postcards, you'd be surprised sometimes at a series of postcards, or an interesting object, a bowl that has value. It's interesting to go to a few auctions and kind of see what's out there. Every one of them is going to be very different. It's going to be based on, what came out of an estate at the time, and what people are there looking for.
This is Sue Scheibel, staff reporter for the Patriot Ledger and Gatehouse Media New England. For more coverage, see the Good Age column in today's newspaper or go to patriotledger.com.